All right, good morning. It is 12:15. Well, afternoon, I guess. Had my bees installed for about 2 weeks now. No, not 2 weeks. I'm sorry, about a month now, and it's getting harder and harder to find the queen each time. So today, I got some of these Posco paint pens, and we are going to mark our queens. Um, Little queen cup, sponge on the end, help keep from hurting her, and we're just going to get right to it. I actually picked up this trick from my dad. I don't use I do smoke. A lot of people don't. I've read, seen videos, but I don't use any. I did it first. I used some pre-made pellets. They're real chemically smelling. I don't like it. This trick from my dad, it's not chemically smelling and it does just the same effect. It's actually just dried pine needles. Some of you out there may be like, well, I've used that for years. Well, I'm new to beekeeping. This is my first year, so it's new to me. So we're going to get that going here. Get some smoke rolling. Hopefully I just didn't put it out. Nope, there it goes. And usually I start out just setting that by the hive. That way it's already rolling up. Kind of acts as a little bit of a deterrent to get things calmed down. I try not to stick it in the front of the hive, which I've seen some people do. I'd rather have the bees be able to feel like they can get out and get away versus just all cramming in the middle and feel like they're stuck. I don't know. It may just be me putting my human feelings on bees, but if there's fire at both doors, I'm going to panic. So, get my hive tool and I'm going to move the camera so we get a little bit better view of what's going on here. It's so hard to see this in the sun, so I hope y'all can see it because I can't. I'm probably going to record this whole session and the recording will have stopped and I won't have known it. I've got straps that go all the way around my frame, my brood boxes, the frame for the foundation and everything. I'm in the middle of town, but there's a lot of raccoons in this area that I'd just rather not take a chance on them getting knocked over. Gonna go back over here, get all my stuff. That way we've got it all handy. Handy little bee brush in case we have to knock some bees off the frame. Frame grabber tool. Cup for the queen and the paint marker. It's white because this year ends in a 1 and that's the standard. I do have completely wax coated foundations. Everything was wax coated. So even if the bees aren't sticking stuff together, it gets warm and cools. Everything likes to stick together. Go ahead and get a little smoke in there. I don't usually I haven't had no bees up top yet, but they are starting to come up top. So oh, spider tick or something in my top frame. Knock this inner cover loose. Oh, if I move it and you can see it, My inner covers do not have a notch in them. I see a lot of people talking about the notch, and I may put one in there still yet, but this brand, the inner cover, is the same depth no matter which way you turn it. So I just haven't put a notch in it yet. All right. Doesn't look like too many girls have moved up top here yet. Oh, I can see them on the frames down in there. Oh, and I do see them building wax. I do see them building combs, so that's a very good sign. So since they're doing that, we are going to go ahead and inspect this top box, even though I don't expect to find much, other than maybe some burr comb between the two. A couple bees on there, no wax. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they are starting to build up the wax there on to make comb. So far, we haven't run across any burr comb or anything yet. Oh, there's some burr comb. I can feel it. Nice start to the wax foundations. Get my brush here and knock these girls off, because I do know once I get deeper into this hive, I've got a lot of burr comb I got to clean up, because I did not do that the past two times I was in here. All right, girls, back down in there. They did not like that. Not really paying attention much for my queen yet, because I don't expect her to be up here because there's not a lot of comb. Although I flip it over and there is a lot, there is nectar. So we can't, I'm not really going to knock these girls off because they are actively working hard on storing that nectar in there. But get that burr comb cleaned off there. It's going to be, this hive seems to be my stronger hive out of the two, because the reason for that is this hive actually had the queen released probably almost 3 days ahead of my other one, the one the camera's sitting on there. Not a lot here, but we'll knock it off, make them get back up in there and put it where it's supposed to be. And I'm not going to pull these last two frames because I can see down in there, there's no bees on there. Now we're going to run a chance of making them mad. We're going to put a little, we're going to crack this, throw a little smoke in there. They did not like that. Can you blame them? I wouldn't like smoke blown in my home either. All right, ever so slightly lift this one off. Now's where we get to the point of we might make somebody mad. I am wearing my gloves this time. Earlier this week when I was in here, I rolled a bee. Didn't Not enough to hurt it, but enough to piss it off. And she let me know. She got me in the side of my hand. I think we might invert a couple frames because they're building up instead of filling these last two frames on the outsides, it looks like here. Definitely did not have the right bee space because they've got frames filled together, stuck together, I should say. Comb built straight between them. But we do need to start watching for our queen because we got lots of new comb here. See all that new comb? We got pollen, I can see it. Some orange and some yellows. I do have eggs down in there. I can see those. I'm going to bring it close. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there are eggs in all of those cells right there. So a good chance my queen might be on this frame. So we're going to spend a second here and take a look and see what we find. Might as well be cleaning as I go. Nothing on the back side of there. Thing is, that queen, they've made pockets down underneath this comb. She could easily be up underneath one of these pockets. I'm just totally missing her. But I do know she's in here because I do see eggs. Sometimes I put a little smoke on myself just to kind of block my scent, or at least I think I'm blocking my scent. Oh, go on, girls, get away from me. This frame is going to be heavy. I can feel it, and I haven't even picked it up yet. I'm just trying to clean off a little burr comb on the top before I do. Not quite sure if I like these grabbers. I feel like I'm destroying stuff, but at the very edge of that, I'm not too worried about it because I feel like it's just minor for the bees and they'll be able to fix that right back up. A lot of larvae in this one. Some honey, leftover honey they're eating. Looks like some new honey. Definitely some drone cells. Several different stages of larva. Several different stages. Not seeing the queen yet, but I never marked them. And to my untrained eye, I could just be totally missing her. Watch out, girls. I get taken off that. Found up there. This is also the hive that stung me last time too. But it was only one thing. It was minor. I know what I did. I smashed two frames together a little bit harder than I should have, and it pissed them off. Mm. This you're not gonna be able to see too well from there, and I really don't not comfortable moving the cat too closer to the camera with this because if the queen is on here, I don't want to drop her in the grass and lose her. But this frame is completely capped with brood here. A lot of some pollen pocked in between here and there, and my terminology's wrong. I get that, and sometimes, but looks like I got some. I think it's just called. I think most parts just called fur comb. I'm still trying to learn the difference between supersedure cells and all the terminology. I know it's easy. There's not many different types, but I forget. I'm bad with names. Where you at, girl? I know you're in here somewhere. She may not be on this one because it looks to be mostly a capped frame. Oh, one thing they should warn you about in beekeeping 101 kills your back. Will say picking them up with these holders works a lot easier. It doesn't take as much to hold on to them. That smoke's blowing right in my eyes. I can't see nothing. I am gonna, when I'm done here, when I'm done looking for the queen, I am gonna checkerboard these a little bit and see if I can get these empty frames in here to get them to start building on them a little bit more before they move completely too far up. A lot of open cells here, so my queen could be here somewhere. Seems though like every time I get into these, I find one, then I don't find the other one. It's always back and forth. Seems like I never find the. Oh, I found her. There she is. I can just get her to climb up the side of the plastic. Mm. There she is. I don't know if you can see her in there. Just gonna leave her for a minute, let that paint pen dry. Mm. Finished inspecting and cleaning off my frames here. These little devices are made by Govee. They monitor humidity and temperature within the, well, I would say within the colony, but unless you're right in the middle of that cluster, you're not going to get an accurate reading of what the cluster is. But it still lets you keep an overall watch on it. Paint's dry. She don't really like it much, but we're going to stick her back in there. Going back in there, baby. And down she goes. All right. That's the end of this video. I'll see y'all next time.